Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Steve Larson, and I'm super excited for this video. At the beginning of every single year, this is the fourth time I've done it in a row now. Every January 1st, I go and I find a spot, and I think through what it is I want to get done in the next year. And then I publicly declare what that thing is. And it's one of the scariest things I do. I honestly started it because I was tired of not feeling like I felt like I was going nowhere in life 4 years ago. Financially, I mean, professionally, with where I was going with my goals, all those things. Like, I felt like, I don't know. And it was in hopes that by declaring the goal publicly, several things would happen. Number one, I'd hold my own feet to the fire better. Other people did as well. But really, the thing that I wanted to have happen is that by me getting serious enough to actually declare, here is my goal, I finally would have a goal. Does that make sense? Like, by getting specific enough on what the goals are that I have, I actually would know what my own goals are. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I wasn't really setting goals. I didn't have goals. I didn't have things that were. I didn't have any of that kind of stuff. And so what I decided to do is like, hey, what if I was to go set a goal publicly and tell everybody? And the interesting thing that happened is exactly as I thought. Number one, it was scary. Number two, I felt weird publicly to saying a number. And then what was kind of interesting is that all these people started kind of coming out of the woodwork and saying, Steven, you can do this. You got this. You're the man, go for it. Stuff like that. And what's funny is I don't think ever I've actually hit the goal on target. I don't think ever. And that's okay. The first year, I was like, if I could just make an extra $1,000 a month, it would change our entire life. We had almost nothing. We were living on student loans. It was hard as a man to go through that because I didn't feel like I was being a provider, which was really rough. So I was like, man, if I could just do $1,000 a month, that was 4 years ago. 3 years ago, the second time I did it was $3,000 a month. I was like, oh man, I hit the 1,000 a few times, and this coming up this next year I'm going to go for 3,000 a month. And then this next one, the last one I did was $30,000 a month, which was significantly higher, obviously. But I'm pleased to say that I actually hit it a couple times, and this is excluding my salaried position. You know what I mean? And it was exciting for me to see that. It was exciting for me to see that progress happen. And so yet again, here I am. I'm going to set another goal for 2018. I really focus on just one goal. I'm not really like let's set a billion goals out there. When I'm on stage, when I'm teaching, when I'm doing the different things I do, one of the things, especially with a lot of my students, one of the things that I see happen over and over and over again is somebody won't get started simply because they can't see all the path in between where they are and where they're trying to go. And that's not how life works. You see like the few steps in front of you, you see the peak of the mountain, but you don't see all the trails in between. You don't see that there's a canyon in the middle. You don't see there's going to be all these different obstacles along the way. That's how life works. Okay, there's all these unexpected things that happen. And so the reason I like setting these goals publicly like this is for the sole purpose of like I said, holding my feet to the fire. But it's fun to know what I'm going to go try and accomplish. And if I don't get it done, I'm going to be personally offended by myself about that. I'll actually get mad about it. I'll actually get mad about not hitting the goal, not reaching what it is I said I would do. But I also know that's okay. And I sprint as hard as I can towards it. And it was cool. That first year, there was only a couple times I hit $1,000 a month, and it felt like this insurmountable, massive thing. I was like, oh my gosh, this is changing my life. And then the second year when it was just $3,000 a month, the same thing. I only hit it a couple times, I think. And it was like, holy crap, that's massive. What it made me go learn, because I set the goal, was the kind of knowledge I needed to hit those goals. Like, I don't totally know all the steps and pieces to be able to hit the goal that I'm going for this next year. But I know that I'm motivated enough now to go hit it, and people are watching me, which is kind of weird. But it's how I'm doing it. And it's been working. So here's the goal. Okay, so the first year I hit $1,000 a month, just a few rounds. Second year I hit $3,000 a month, a few rounds. Last year I hit $30,000 a month, a few rounds. And I decided I would take a huge leap of faith here and quit my job. And so I actually as of yesterday, am no longer employed by anybody, and I am self-employed, which might sound ludicrous, but I'm just following the pattern. I'm following the pattern I see from other people. I'm following the pattern I've seen the last few years, and I'm self-employed, and that extra little edit, good pressure, not bad pressure, good pressure is helping me grow. I can already feel it. It's only day 2. Okay, it's like I can already feel my feet being held to the fire, which would be nice right now. It's pretty cold out. But I was sitting in a mastermind, and I was listening to all these other people, and I was listening to how they were talking, and I was watching. Most of them were all self-employed. And I was watching each one of them and the struggles and the challenges they were going through. And I was like, I feel like the thing that I need to do to keep my progress going is something that I'm afraid of admitting. And I would I remember sitting in the room right there. I sat in the room, and I didn't, I couldn't get the stupid topic out of my head for like weeks that I should probably leave my job. And I was like, I can't, are you serious? And I kept trying to, it was weird. I was like trying to distract myself from my own head. And then one day, it was when I was sitting in that mastermind when I kind of came to terms with it. I was like, okay, for me to move forward, I have to leave my job. And I was like, oh my gosh. And it scared me. It actually really freaked me out because I understood clearly because of where I worked, ClickFunnels, right? There's like 56,000 at the time of me making this. There's 56,000 active users of ClickFunnels. That's like, that lets us see businesses in pretty much every single industry, what's working, what isn't. And as the lead funnel builder there, like that, my role there, like I saw a lot of funnels. I knew what worked, what didn't, what things were good, what things were bad, what was cutting edge versus what are the things that are going to stay true forever in this industry, in that industry, but not that one or this one. You know what I mean? And it was cool to see this big, broad thing. And so I was sitting there and I was like, I think I have to quit my job, and I think I know what I'm going to go do first, and I'm excited to go do it. And this feeling of, instead of fear, this feeling of almost like I used to do sprint triathlons, and it was the feeling I get before a sprint triathlon. A little bit of nervous feeling, you know that what you're about to go through is actually going to hurt just a little bit, but you ultimately know it's going to go pretty good. And even though you're going to get banged up or scrapes, or you're swimming in the lake and you're getting hit by a stick that's random in there, or someone kicks you in the face, you know what I mean? Like, there's all the stuff that would happen in there. Like, it still would end up being, I look back on all those memories with huge fondness. And this is going to be like that. And I've had people reach out and take time out of the day to tell me that my plan is stupid. And I've had people reach out, take time out of the day to tell me that my plan is awesome. And that tells me right there that I'm heading in the right direction as well, to get that polarity and get that split between people. So I'm excited for this. I'm excited for it. I've worked hard towards this. My goal is $1 million. And that's my 2018 goal, is to get in the 2 Comma Club by the end of 2018. And I'm quite positive I'm going to be able to do it much faster than that, because of the stuff I've identified, where I'm going, what I'm selling, the things that I am. It is extremely calculated, everything that I'm doing. And I know life's all about curveballs, so that will probably change a billion times. But for right now, that's what the goal is. That's what the plan is. And I know exactly what I'm going to be doing for the next, especially the next 6 weeks. It's going to be straight up hustle time. I'm going to put down anything happy or fun or relaxing or whatever. But I'm excited, and I hope that whatever you guys are doing, that you go set a goal for yourself and get public about it. I don't care what it is. It's the important part is to not be afraid to tell people. Funny enough, we all think that by telling people our ideas will get stolen, and I've never actually had that be the case. I try and tell everyone what my ideas are, try and tell everybody what the things are that I'm doing, and I find that people actually end up adding to the idea rather than steal it. And there's only been maybe like 1 or 2 people ever who've actually tried to do the thing I'm talking about, and people don't, because it's not their idea. It's my ownership on my side, and even if they did go pull it off, even if they did go do the thing that I was doing, they still won't do it in the same way. I'm the only one. I'm the only me. You know what I mean? Anyway, so I'm excited. I'm really pumped. My goal is $1 million. It's $83,000 a month, and I think I can do it. And I've stacked a ton of high ticket sales high ticket sales scenarios and environments at the beginning of the year to help me get towards that right off the bat. And then I think I know where I'm going to take it afterwards, and I'm excited. And it's requiring that I go hire people, and it's requiring that I build a team around me, and it's requiring that I grow, that I learn how to manage, that I learn how to delegate, that I actually have a structure and schedule for my days personally as a human, as an individual. And I'm looking forward to the growth. And I know that there's some discomfort that's going to come with it, but I'm actually excited about that as well. It's I'm ready for the next change. So this is it, guys. 4 years ago, my goal was $1,000 a month, and now I'm going to $83,000 a month. And it sounds ridiculous, but I kind of like that. So I'm going to do it. So if you want to follow me on the journey from here on out, I'm going to be documenting what I do and showing everyone what I do so that we can all kind of, I don't know. It's not about me beating my chest. It's about actually selfishly everyone else still kind of holding me to what I said that I was going to go do. So anyway, I thought I'd come to this park here. It's freezing out, but that's my goal. 2018, $1 million. That's crazy. I remember scraping by at the beginning of our marriage, just like with nothing. We had like nothing, no, not even 2 nickels to rub together, and the ridiculous stress that pulls in. I used to think rich people were greedy. That's not true at all. I actually have experienced more of the greedy side when you have no money and you're like, where's my next meal coming from? When am I gonna eat? Where's this? Where's that? And you get like scraping by clawing, like you're getting past everyone, everything, don't care about others' emotions. You are just thinking about how to make the next meal. And I know that's a stereotype, but it's been my personal experience that it's actually a little bit the other way around. And I'm excited for this and how it's going to change me and change my family. It's going to require me to change. I understand that where I am, I probably don't know enough or have enough or whatever to get to that next level, but I'm ready. So 2018, here I come. What's your goal? Post your goal down below. I'd love to know what your goals are.